like most people, I sort of stumbled into it. And it's a bit unfortunate. Not many people sort of leave school, or unless you grow up in a family business that's in hire, you don't necessarily think, I'm going to be in the hire game for your life. But I left school in year 10, went straight into a traineeship as a butcher, so customer service type industry, and sort of felt at around the age of 17 that I didn't see a future in that. And tried a few different things, and then stumbled across a job in hire with John Woods and a company down in Wollongong called Kennards Hire. So I started with them as a yard hand, and then in 2005 was acquired by Kennards Hire was acquired by Kennards, and been with Kennards since. Worked through the service person driver role into a 2IC role. Did that for around about 12 or 18 months, and then got the opportunity to take on a branch manager role at our Corrimal branch in the Wollongong area. So Corrimal was a small store, so it was a branch manager role, but it was also an all-rounder role because you had to do everything. You only had a couple of guys, so you didn't have that set structure of having your maintenance controllers and hire controllers. It was basically service person, driver, 2IC and branch manager. So that was really good for my experience because I got to see everything in the business and be hands-on with everything. So I think it sped up my own development to some degree, because you can sort of get stuck thinking, you've got to be in a big branch or a big business to get all these skills, but not necessarily. I was there for around about 3 years, and then got the opportunity and took on an area manager role. So looked after initially 5 branches on the south coast, so the Wollongong and southern Sydney area, and that was a great step for me. I was still young at the time, so I took that role at 25.
Wow, okay.
So that was a steep learning curve. Each of the steps were, but absolutely loved that role, and I did that for around about 9 to 10 years. Grew the area, looked after more branches, learnt a lot, worked with great people, and obviously still do. But yeah, that area manager role is a fantastic role. It's basically you touch all aspects of the business as an area manager with Kennards Hire, and people being the most important element of that. So area manager for around about 9 to 10 years, and then at the start of 2021, so last year, took on the role of head of fleet and procurement for Kennards. So that was a bit, a step out of the direct operations of the business and into the equipment side of things, which as an area manager I'd always had a passion for and interest. I'd been on our new equipment kit team for quite a few years, and had involvement in the hire association, so had already had relationships with a lot of suppliers and those sorts of things. And again, I was at the point where I was looking for a new challenge. The people, first and foremost, is one of the main things that I love about the industry, and Kennards Hire for sure. I mean, the people in our business are fantastic. What I love about the industry is the diversity of the role. Like, no 2 days are ever the same. You might be doing similar things, 2 days in a row, but they're never the same. The next customer call is always different to the one before, and there's a new challenge or a new problem to solve. And I love having to constantly learn and think. And so the diversity is something that I preach to. If you want diversity in a job and a career, then hire is one that you should definitely look at. I'd like to think if you're joining that you're seeing a career in the industry, and with Kennards Hire. So if that's you, I would say knuckle down early and start working hard. It's an industry where we work hard, so don't join if you think it's going to be all roses and cruisy, because and that's another thing why a lot of people love it. We do work hard, but it's rewarding and it's a great job. So get in, work hard. Learn as much as you can, as you go. Don't be in too much of a rush. like as I said before, you've almost got to treat this like an apprenticeship and learn the steps as you go. But also try and pick early what path do you want to go down. So being a diverse industry, there's different paths to go down. It's not just, working in particularly if you work for a company like Kennards, it's not just branch roles. You can go into sales, you can go into IT, you can go into major project roles, and the industry's evolving also really quick. So try and decide which path you want to go down, and then start setting your goals and working towards it. But be prepared to work hard.